Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to 2CTV, your global news channel. We come to you guys with the live coverage coming from outside the Bell Hotel in Epping, Essex. This is a follow-up report after earlier a live stream about the illegal migrant who was accidentally released by the prison service. But the police manhunt continues. We are hearing updates that he may have already arrived in London. We have our live feed. We're going to go to Essex as our 2CTV reporter. John is there with us. Okay, so hello John, how are you?
Oh, I'm very good, very cold.
Very cold. You are sacrificing your life and your body for us.
My hands to the channel.
Amazing, amazing. So tell us about what's happening. So the local people are out there.
I'll ping across to young Reggie.
How you doing, Tootsie? You good?
Hello, how are you? What's going on over there? Tell us about
Tootsie,
the protest.
I'm just trying to understand. What's your thoughts on what's happened today?
Well, they keep saying accident. I'm not convinced that this was an accident. I'm not necessarily.
And I'm sure you've heard. Police saw this guy get a London-bound train from Chelmsford at around 12:40. I'm just confused on where he's got the money from to get that train.
Yeah, well, that's a fair point. So I'm not going to go with a deep conspiracy theory that the whole system did it, but definitely, I mean, it seems like somebody or some people who were there, they might be responsible. Obviously, there needs to be a proper investigation. So what are people saying on the ground? If we could see the crowd, by the way, John, can you show the crowd?
Yeah, certainly.
Go on. We can hear you.
Walk up, mate.
People are just furious on what's going on because they just don't feel safe when, especially stuff like this is happening, where they're letting criminals out and walk the streets freely. It's making the people of Epping, Chelmsford and Essex in general feel unsafe, and it's not fair, especially for me as a kid. I don't feel safe going on these streets when you've got people like this walking about. It's not safe, especially for young girls.
Yes, the protest outside the Bell Hotel in Epping, obviously over the last few months, it escalated because people wanted justice. And people were told they got justice because the man was arrested, he was convicted, and then they were going to deport him. So things calmed down. Do you think that we're going to see more protests outside this hotel now?
Oh, we're protesting until this... Well, I'm not protesting. These people are protesting until this hotel is gone. They're going to keep protesting until these people out of this hotel are gone out of this country. And until this person is also deported. Hadoush, I can't remember his second name. I know his first name's Hadoush. He needs to be deported. End of story.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much, John. Show us around, and obviously if anybody else.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
At the moment, mate.
What is that car? Is that a van? What is that? Is that a trailer?
That's the famous Epping truck.
Oh, of course. Yeah. We got Callum over there. Do you want to get Callum to say something?
Callum. I'll try to find Callum. Hang on a minute. Where's Callum?
He's behind you. He's behind you.
Oh, there's Callum.
Callum's there.
Do you want a few words with Maya? I've got to say a big thank you to your
Right, not left, Reggie.
Right, not left, Reggie.
Yeah.
Big shout out to him. This is Callum.
Yeah. Tell us what's going on. What?
Protesting, and I've got to say it's absolutely insane that they've let this man go. But we've put our community in danger. My thoughts and prayers with the little girl who's not going to be able to sleep well tonight with the fact that the man who sexually assaulted her is out on the street. I've got one thing to say, and that is we need remigration now. Get this hotel shut down and send him back.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you, Callum. So for now, we are seeing the locals who... This is obviously an unplanned demonstration. This is an emergency protest. The locals have come out. And obviously, I'm guessing we're expecting now this to get bigger in the next few days. What's the mood like with the women and girls, John? Are they obviously rightly so? I mean, scared? What's going on?
Yeah, look, I think when the protesters come up, like we try to keep it kind of peaceful and happy. You know, we're trying to get that vibe going. But after today's news, you know, you can feel the anger. You can feel the anger in the air. Like I said, we just to call a flash protest within, not many hours' notice to get these people here shows how committed these people are to getting this hotel, and not just this hotel, but all the other hotels shut down as well. What's happening is a disgrace to our country, and it hands a lot. Fault lies with this government. They're a disgrace.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think everybody knows it.
Yes, thank you, John. Keep the camera going. I'm just going to give you guys, in case obviously you might have missed the whole thing. All this has come out over the last couple of hours. The news that the illegal immigrant who was from Ethiopia was arrested, convicted. He went to prison, Hadush Kabutu, and he was somehow released from the prison service. He was supposed to be taken to the immigration detention center so that he could be deported. That was the plan. Somehow somebody decided to accidentally release him, and obviously the government is saying that this was a human error. A lot of people are not convinced. In fact, earlier on, so the news came out over the last couple of hours, but actually this has been going on since late this morning around lunchtime, because we have a video of this man openly standing around the, I think, Chelmsford city centre after his release around lunchtime. Let's go to that video quickly, and we're going to go back to Epping. So that's the guy. So that's him standing there. At this point, nobody in the media reported what actually happened. So it's still, in his prison uniform and his bag, plastic bag. For hours and hours. There you go. So what we discovered is that for hours after his alleged accidental release, here we can see the support on the streets of Epping. Hours after his release, his accidental release apparently, it took the establishment, it was about 6 hours, to tell the media, and the media to eventually, the mainstream media, to report this. It was at that point, about 2 hours ago, that we discovered, that means Hadush Kabutu also discovered, now he's gone into hiding. So for half a day, he was just freely walking around. He was in Essex. He got on the train. We have the updates. According to Tommy Robinson and his sources, the foreign criminal boarded the 12:41 p.m. train from Chelmsford to London. He arrived in the London Liverpool station, and then hours later, he discovered that there is a manhunt. If they had said this, if they had told us immediately after his accidental release that the members of the public, we have a criminal on the run and there is a manhunt going on, help us. If you see him, let us know. They might have caught him by now. He was on the train. He was walking around. People were filming. But they didn't. Nobody said anything until 2 hours ago. You can see more people obviously driving and showing support to their protesters outside the Bell Hotel in Epping. That's the hotel itself. The police have already guarded up they are too busy obviously protecting the hotel rather than protecting the local people. What was that? Was that a bike, John? What's going on?
I have no idea. I know they're getting a delivery going in a minute, so more free stuff for the immigrants by the looks of it.
Yes, it's evening time, so yes, Friday evening there's going to be a lot of deliveries.
Their evening takeaway they get delivered that we have to pay for.
Yeah. So the priority, obviously, as you can see, to protect the hotel and give them food on the taxpayer. Absolute insanity.
I don't think they're going to.
Is that the white van behind it? Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Let's see what we have. He's gone in. He's gone inside. Yeah. Wow. We got more cars, obviously showing support.
Yeah. We get a lot of that all the time.
There is
can't see what's coming out of that van.
Yeah. We had a reaction from, eventually we had the reaction from the Prime Minister. It took him some time, but Keir Starmer eventually, less than an hour ago, said the mistaken release at HMP Chelmsford is totally unacceptable. I am appalled that it has happened and it's been investigated. The police are working urgently to track him down and my government is supporting them. This man must be caught and deported for his crimes. That was Keir Starmer. Insanity. All right. We got the crowd there. Let's quickly get some reaction from the live chat as well. Yeah, considering that people only discovered what's actually happening over the last hour or so, the local people in Epping, which is a very, very small area, by the way, they have already started coming out. Taxi drivers, of course, in Essex showing support. Surprise, surprise. All right, we have some reaction in the live chat as well. Kamal says, what is this? Hello, collaborate with Officer Tatum. Yeah, okay, thanks. And Angry PMC says, yes, John, you're new super famous. Lol.
Me?
Yeah, apparently. Coffee and Cake says, I was just at the Chess Hunt Delta Marriott. Some who regularly come to Chess Hunt went to Epping. We from neighboring Chess Hunt stand with Epping. Yes, it's great to see, by the way, because neighboring towns and villages have been supporting each other because there are migrant hotels everywhere. And there are local campaign groups everywhere. But I think for the next few days, we're going to see a lot of focus at the Bell Hotel. All right, yeah, let's see the crowd. What? Are they in the middle of the street now?
Oh, hiya. I'm on Maya Tuesday, if anyone wants to say hello.
Yeah, talk to us. What? Talk to us, come on. Where's she going?
Maya Tuesday? Maya Tuesday?
Who's-
Oh, Maya, I don't know who you are, mate.
They don't know CCTV. It's fine. Oh, there we go.
Everybody's kind of breaking up now, mate.
Yes, yeah, no, of course. Yeah, it's been a lot of the locals, obviously. I think it was important for even the small group to come out to send a message to everybody else that more will be coming out. This is just anybody who discovered this over the last hour or so, and none of this was organized. So I think this weekend, firstly, John, are you going to be in London? Tomorrow there is going to be a major protest. Okay.
Sorry, mate.
Are you going to be in London tomorrow? Because there's going to be a major protest in London.
No, unfortunately tomorrow I have a political commitment in Ware.
Oh yeah? Are you committing?
Party.
Are you committing treason? Yep.
That's what I'm doing.
Brilliant. No, it's okay. Yes, tomorrow is going to be huge, ladies and gentlemen, in London, and we're going to try and send someone there on the ground. Unfortunately, I myself, with my COO of the company and my wife, basically, we will be in Manchester, so we're not going to be in London. We'll come back on Sunday, but as you can see, the crowd are slowly dispersing. So luckily, it didn't really get tense, which is good news. See, people, even when they're furious, they remain peaceful. This is the British culture. But thank you, John, for this.
No worries.
And
Cheers,
thank you for everything. And then we'll catch up with you. Cheers. Of course, that was John, our 2CTV reporter on the ground. And let's quickly get some more reactions. I'm going to give you guys the latest update. The manhunt continues. So this is not over yet. All right, going back to you guys, we have Ivan saying this is bordering on farce. Tony says, great reporting of global news. Thank you so much, Tony. And Graham says, even if they deport him, he'll be back in a week. This is the thing, by the way, because people laugh when there were people making jokes about, well, if you deport people, they'll come back. It's actually happening. We literally had one person who was deported, went to France. He came back from France. Absolute lunacy. So it's not really a big surprise. But I think we might be getting a statement shortly from the police in Essex, because I don't think the Essex police are now continuing the manhunt themselves anymore, because the reports have come that This man, Hattush, has now arrived in London. Well, not now. He's been in London for the past 7 hours. Again, for the record, we only discovered this story, this scandal, about 2 hours ago. The establishment knew about this for about 6 hours, more than that. And when we discovered, we were told that he was released in Essex. Accidentally released, as they said. But at the time of us reporting about 2 hours ago, he was already in London. He arrived in London about 1 p.m., before 1 p.m. So we don't know where he is. As I said in the previous report, it's highly likely that there will be certain people in isolated areas and ghettos, migrant ghettos, that will be protecting him, that will be helping him. So he doesn't have to be completely desperate out there. There will be enough people who will help, which is also disgusting. And I think anybody who gets caught needs to also be arrested. We are trying to find out the latest on... Okay, I think we might have finally received the full statements, if I am not. Did we get something from the leader of Reform? Because we did get a quick reaction from Nigel Farage, but not a statement. We got a statement from Kemi Badenoch. No statement by Nigel Farage yet. No, nothing from Reform UK. We got it from the Tories, but that's it. It's been a couple of hours, so it's been a few hours now. The biggest scandal is the fact that they're not telling us anything about the tracking of his movements, because they were supposed to be. They have launched the Manhunt about 7-8 hours ago. They should have asked for the public support. They should have done it from the beginning. Clearly, somebody decided to cover this up. Somebody thought it would be a good idea to not really tell the public or the media, because it was embarrassing, right? That they were supposed to be sending this man to a detention center so that he could be deported, but somehow he was told to let that he's free. I'm not convinced it was an accident, but we'll find out. Barbara says, do you know how many times I've heard the words appalled today? Only from Shabana. Yeah. Everybody is appalled, but nothing has been done so far. Yeah, I think that the whole of the front bench, the cabinet, have been appalled for the past few hours. They're still appalled. In my eyes, they're not appalled. They are appalling. That's what they actually are. Vinny says, is this the Catalyst weekend? It's all changing. Looking forward to London tomorrow and Southampton on Sunday. Yeah, so don't forget, tomorrow, London, major protest, which will be, I think, from the London Brompton Oratory, the church, actually the church I got baptized in, Brompton Oratory, and we're going to march towards the Speaker's Corner in Hyde Park. Then on Sunday we're going to have the Southampton protest, which I believe it's going to start at 1 p.m. Southampton. I believe is expected to be the biggest protest outside of the capital. Joe says, Sunday, Danny Tomo in Southampton, March, 1 p.m. Yes, perfect. Yeah, I'm going to try and... I've been all over the place with this news, by the way. Vinny, we're going to get in touch with Vinny. He's going to be our representative on the ground on Sunday in Southampton. And let's have a look. And Joe says, please come if you can, Southampton Sunday. Yes, everybody, if you can make it to Southampton, definitely do that. I know for a lot of people it's kind of further out if you're in the north, but it is important to show support wherever you are. Okay, now, if you can obviously make it, if you can't, then it's fine. You can still obviously show support by sharing the content. If you see on social media people sharing the videos and photos from the protest, make sure to share that all day long. Now, it's absolutely fascinating that the updates from the establishment, from the authorities, have just gone back to zero. There is a there's a police expert commentator, basically, Graham Wetton, who is now called the incident today a monumental error. Well, this is not appalling this time, it's just monumental error. The authorities will now be looking to gather as much information as possible to try to track him very quickly. But again, we're not supposed to be in this place right now. This should have been prevented. This shouldn't have happened in the first place. But this is also now a challenge for those who are doing the manhunt. If they are, I said this, I'm repeating myself. If they had told the public about 9 hours ago, it would have been much easier to catch him. He was walking around the city centre in Chelmsford. People could have seen him. Anyway, and Graham Wetton also says that he will clearly be looking for somewhere to stay, which is obviously the police's priority is to find that out. But I mean, if he's not on the streets right now, as I said, there will be enough isolated areas and migrant ghettos that will be helping him, especially now that they know he's in the news. They will definitely be helping him. Those who themselves were illegal immigrants at some point, or maybe they're still obviously illegals and they're just walking around freely. It's also weirdly convenient for the government that he was supposed to be the poster boy for deportations. You know, we can deport foreign criminals. Look, today we are gonna deport this man. Oh, we just released him accidentally. Were you ever going to deport him? Was that deportation actually going to happen? That's another question. Now, the Lib Dem Member of Parliament, Marie Goldman, has now said that she's struggling not to call for the resignation of the prison governor. She says, I really want to understand what went wrong, and it's always the things that people think go wrong. So it's really tempting to call for the governor to resign because that's the quickest thing to call for. But I'm really struggling not to do that, I have to say. Okay, just for the record, I just read this statement by the Lib Dem MP, right? It's important for people to know the details. This is the woman who just said this. Marie Goldman. She's a Liberal Democrat MP. Her statement is, I really want to say this. I'm struggling. We shouldn't say this. But just say what you want to say, you absolute bozo. If you want to call for the resignation of the governor, prison governor, fine, you can do that. I would like to call for the full identity and the background of those officials and officers who accidentally released the man. First things first. Secondly, a full investigation into every single person who works in the prison system. Not just that prison, the whole system. And of course, we need a deeper investigation into those who are currently working for civil service in general. I'm not just going to go call for the governor's resignation. That's not going to fix anything. Yeah, well, the governor could go as well, probably, right? But the people responsible, they're still going to be around. Find them, get rid of them, and then also fire those people who are responsible for the recruitment of idiots. You can't just keep going like this with a soft touch. Because we know what they've been doing for the past few years. They have not been recruiting people based on merit. They're not doing that. It's not a surprise. Even if this were an actual mistake, which again, I'm still not convinced personally, but allegedly. Abby, thank you. And Tony says, could be huge. Watch what Starmer says about Pro Digi ID and this guy. Mark my word. Certain films spring to mind. Yeah, I mean, digital IDs. I mean, it's fascinating how earlier on Keir Starmer was too busy boasting about how the digital IDs will save lives. I'm not really sure if the digital ID introduction would have prevented this, by the way, Keir Starmer, but okay. Right, we do have the confirmation that he has arrived in London. The Essex police have said, we were informed by the prison service at 12:57 p.m. of an error this morning surrounding the release of an individual. So 12:57, the prison told the police. They did not communicate this with other people. As a result of that, the police says, we have launched a search operation to locate them, and are working closely with partner agencies. What's with these pronouns? Him. These fast-paced inquiries have shown that the man boarded the London-bound train at Chelmsford railway station at 12:41 p.m. We understand the concern the public would have regarding this situation and can assure you we have officers working to urgently locate and detain him. We would appeal to anyone who has seen him or has any information regarding where he might be to call 999 immediately and quote 0474 of 24 October. You know what? It's still the duty of the citizens of this country to help the police right now. But this is absolutely disgusting that they knew about this since basically 1 p.m. And then he'd go on the train 20 minutes before that, but by the way. The prison themselves, they knew about that way before. They didn't tell the police. They eventually told the police. Then the police could have told you this. The police could have said, we would appeal to anyone who has seen him to give us information, right? They could have told us. Okay, I know it takes a few minutes because bureaucracy. They were told at 12:57. They could have told the public at, I'm going to be generous, 1:30 p.m. Now, we had to wait until, 7 p.m., 6 p.m. to find out. If you really wanted the public support to help you with the manhunt, you could have told them before. Also, there's a lot of questions about why it took the prison such a long time to tell the police. There is a direct communication between the police and the prison. Ivan says, I'm struggling to understand her. Just ask them to resign, woman. Why does she have to say, I'm really struggling? It's like someone saying, I don't want to be racist, but I really don't want to be racist. just be racist. Just make up your mind. Are you going to call for a resignation or not? Starmer has him handcuffed in his basement, telling him to rub the lotion on his skin. Thanks for that. I'm going to have a nightmare tonight now, Rogue Trooper. As usual, brilliant. Why? Timothy says that if I do dial 999, will there be anyone on the desk or will I get a robot? No, as far as we know, they still have humans. I hope. But anyway, it's bad. Still going on. So embarrassing. Anyway. So, as I said, the prison officer has been removed from duties. One apparently junior prison service officer. We don't know the name or anything about that. But I think they basically decided to throw someone junior under the bus to basically say, guys, it was someone junior and I made a mistake. I said, with a high-profile case like this, a criminal case, who's going to be transferred, to be sent to a detention center, to be deported. You're not going to use an admin intern guy. No. The people who are supposed to be doing this will know what they were supposed to be doing, the prison officers. Will we ever get an actual answer? Or they're just going to say, be convinced, we threw someone on the bus, everything's fine now. Just move on, go home. Probably. All right, anyway. We'll find out more information. There's going to be a lot of coverage on this now over the next few days as the manhunt continues. Tomorrow is going to be a major protest in London. We will report that later on the day because I'm going to be in Manchester and you'll find out why. I pre-booked something very important in Trafford. And then Sunday there's going to be a major protest in Southampton. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.